Hello and welcome back to the Squeaky Bum Time Podcast with Mike and Laurent. It is Monday, March 29th. In this episode, we're going to dedicate our feelings to our feelings. I just started saying it and my hair on my back stood up and my arms got tingly. And today we talk about the great and powerful Sergio Aguero, who is leaving Manchester City and makes the last of the 2011 players from Manchester City's first championship. Mike, what are your quick thoughts about Sergio Aguero? Where are you with him?
Yeah, I got a couple things. First of all, I'm glad you're not having a heart attack when you said you could barely feel your arms. I'm like, oh shit, he's dying. No, I'm watching this from afar. I've seen. I don't have any emotional attachment to Sergio Aguero, right? Like, I mean, I think he's a phenomenal striker. I think he's one of the best Premier League players of his generation.
You don't have to say that.
No. But I don't think these are really any.
Yeah,
it's a hard case to make against these things, right? It's pretty simple,
yeah.
Well-known, well-respected facts. But yeah, I mean, I look at a lot of the games where I don't. The ones where you guys kick the shit out of Tottenham or he just like scored goals for fun actually don't come to mind. I think of
that's a lot of the games that does come to mind to me because of our connection. Well,
yes. Yeah. One of the first ones we watched together, but yeah, I mean, I think of big moments, short side goals, he just, and the fucking hair, like that's what he's going to be remembered for. And there's a couple of, controversial moments, shall we say, that come to mind with Sergio Aguero.
Yeah.
None of them are, well, I guess the save in the Champions League, the first leg, is probably his fault.
Oh, but yeah. I don't even think of that game because I didn't watch it live. It kind of was just the beginning of the game. For me, so I just think of him, my first super duper memory is of the 93-20 goal. And for most players, that's all you want. You want the moment that lives forever in everyone's mind. Martin Tyler screaming Aguero. And that moment it makes him a permanent player. It makes him the Jeter slide, except Jeter has more than one. He's got the home run.
He's got like
November. 6. Yeah. He's got, but he holds that. And I think the other thing that makes Aguero so interesting and Jeter-esque in this regard, he never spoke English. You never saw him in an interview. Never saw him doing anything except scoring goals.
Like your opinion of him was only on the field.
On the field. You don't know his politics. Yeah. You don't know about records. Maybe in Spanish, maybe in Argentina, there's another thing. He and Silva both are only represented by what they did on the field.
Right.
The moments only live. We project into them just what they did on the field. And as I watch the sort of top 10 goals by Aguero in the Premier League or the biggest goals in the Premier League, invariably it's Silva to Aguero, De Bruyne to Aguero. Right. And he just would get on the end of things. And it's really his technique. It's no backlift, a little bit of space, bang, from odd angles, but always just clinical, available. And in a big moment, it felt like he scored. Now, what I'm struggling with is the moments, right? There's only a few that really come to mind, right? The Spurs game where he scored the hat trick, 2 on penalties, but he scored 4 in our first game. That's the AVB game where they didn't press, but they played a high line, which didn't work.
Yeah,
that was sort of the end of AVB. That was the first year without Bale. That was our first year together as fans opposing each other. We were at Tops in that awful beige office watching, and I was just like, oh, I guess you got it in the face.
Hey, new guy, fuck you.
But yeah, I mean, Aguero goes down as a guy who basically scored a goal a game. I mean, he's got, 0.8 goals per 90 minutes, which is insane. So 20-year consistency, almost an all-time leader in goals by a foreigner at 200 and change. And he's kind of going out with a whimper in that Pep is now playing without a striker, kind of what he's always wanted to do. He tried to push Aguero out when he got there, and Aguero
Right.
was like, "Not so fast, my friend."
Right. I think that's the interesting thing, right?
Yeah,
Is that like
there was a
you
little
have-
bit of a,
yeah.
hey, why don't you fuck off? I'm gonna still score my 20. Yeah, you want me to press a little bit? I'll press. Let fucking Gabriel press. Watch when he doesn't score.
Yeah. So that's the thing is that like, so we this day should have come what, 4 years ago? Right.
2 and change, maybe. Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, definitely 2 and change. But like we were like, oh shit, like there's beef with him and Pep. And it was a constant storyline. It was the thing to talk
It's
about.
clear Pep did not think that he was a Pep player.
Right. And as you said,
And
he kind of forced his hand.
He doesn't press.
No, I know. But I think the legacy he will leave at Manchester City is twofold. A, the goal. And we've talked about a lot how Manchester City is just, it's mostly because they just don't have the numbers that a United or a Liverpool do as far as fan-wise, but or the Arsenal, right? Like, so they don't get all of the attention all of the time.
But they have that moment.
But that moment is still so significant that it reverberates 10 years later. Right?
It is
like it was
moment,
yesterday.
It's right. It's not a Manchester
can't
City
sweep
moment.
That.
It's a Premier League moment.
Exactly. Right? You can't sweep that one under the rug, no matter how hard you try, Sky Sports.
Right.
And the second thing, we saw it a lot this season, but the last few with Gabriel Jesus, the legacy, the thing I always think about with Aguero is, I thought, and this is my extremely unprofessional opinion, I thought that he was, you said it, the beneficiary of the Silvas, of the De Bruynes, of the Yayas, but he finished them. And that's the thing, is that you're seeing a City who's running away with the table. So it's not necessarily they're any worse for the wear.
But it would be better.
They would be, it'd be over already mathematically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the point, is that, if you go back and listen to all of our shows, and I could not advise you to do anything else in the world less than that, but you would hear Laurent lamenting no goal scoring and this and that, and where's it going on and blah, blah, blah. And that's not the point. But if Aguero was there, that's not a problem.
So it's actually different than that. It's not that City create goals that allow Raheem Sterling to score 25 goals a year, and Raheem Sterling can't score goals, if you know what I mean, right? Mm-hmm. Raheem Sterling gets on the end of things. He basically sticks his foot out and he knocks a ball in because he does everything right except score the goal. What Aguero does and gives the dimension to City is what Harry Kane and Heung-min Son give, which is out of nothing, the guy gets a yard of space, bang. He gives you the option of moments. City don't have guys like that. They have a collective that create goals through intricacy and technicality and boom, boom, boom. It's got to get on the end of things. Occasionally, De Bruyne can deliver moments. Occasionally, they get a Gundogan goal out of nothing. But mostly, it's intricacy. What Aguero gives City, and it's a dimension they don't have, is we're playing badly. Oh shit, we scored a goal. How the fuck did that happen? That never.
I think of him more than, and Kane of course has that, but I think Kane of him more of a Vardy comp than Kane, I guess, in that respect, right?
No, because he's much better than Vardy.
No, just a comp, right? Because it's from nothing, right? Like,
but Vardy's more of a worker. Vardy's much more of a worker.
Yeah, okay,
that's much fair. He's much more of a Raheem. Well, he's better than Raheem Sterling, but he's much more of a in-your-face, nonstop. Aguero's just calm and cool and just, you gave me a yard, I will shoot this,
right? Yeah,
without any backlift. And that, and the other one that I always remember is these near post goals over the goalkeeper's shoulder, top corner. There might only be 3 of them, but I remember them as like, that's the Aguero goal.
Yeah.
There's the very few players that have that shot.
Yeah.
Because most of them shoot it over the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But he's got that, and City will miss him. And what's weird, he's going to disappear and no one's going to know anything about him. And he probably won't come back. He'll just be a legend who lives in that moment. He's going to go to
South America. He's going to get fat.
He will be frozen in time, spinning his shirt, running around. And he was in Manchester for 10 years and doesn't speak a lick of English.
Good for him.
But he doesn't get the Gareth Bale treatment, and the City fans love him. And there'll be a Sergio chant forever. And hopefully there'll be fans there and he'll get the guard of honor. And, they're all gone now. They're all gone. Yaya's gone. Zabaleta's gone. Joe Hart doesn't even count and he's gone. Vincent Kompany's gone. Silva's gone. They're all gone. All those players from 2011-12, every single one of them is gone.
Yeah.
And so that's 10 years. And there's no, you don't get the 16-year veteran. It's not, especially at the high level, there's no sentimentality. And Fernandinho will go next. And they all just turn over and they disappear.
So the one difference that you can cling to is that, you mentioned the 4 players and the obvious parallels, the New York Yankees and all the success that they had. Yeah. Right. With Jeter, Posada, Rivera, and Pettit. Right. And the thing that pisses me off is that Bernie Williams doesn't get love because he wasn't on the 09 team, but he was just as good as all of them. And
he was so fucking cool.
But nonetheless, right? So the Williams, the O'Neills, the Cones, all these guys, right? Whatever.
Does Tino Martinez count? He shouldn't. I don't like him. Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. But that's you see these. I'm getting a Field of Dreams vibe where they just kind of
the
fade back.
Guys, they live in our fucking memory.
They fade Charlie back
Hayes
into
lives forever.
Yeah.
Fucking Boone is only the manager of the Yankees because he hit that fucking home run. Otherwise, he'd be nobody.
But the difference between the Yankees empire, if you will, and how it sort of kind of crumbled and faded, and the Manchester City empire, which is as strong as it's ever been.
The Yankees are Manchester United.
No, it's not that. It's the city just continued to what? The Premier League didn't make a bunch of anti-Yankee rules about 2/3 of the way through their fucking empire. And they're like, you know what? You guys can keep doing what you're doing. It's working.
What sport tries to destroy their best franchises and tries to destroy itself? Name a sport that does this. Only baseball does that.
No, I think the NBA and NHL do it for different reasons. The NBA is more diva player focused now, right? Like people change fandoms. No. In the last 20 years, people change fandoms when LeBron goes to LA or Harden goes to wherever the fuck he is now.
That's true of almost every sport, though. I think that's happening everywhere.
I think the NBA is driving that bus.
Yeah, well, but again, it goes back. Well, we're going to talk about Aguero more, but it's a strong link sport, right?
Yeah.
LeBron basically could take the Knicks tomorrow, and if he got traded, they would be championship contenders.
Right. Oh, definitely.
No sport could do that. Only basketball.
Right, but you would get people who were Heat fans and Cavs fans and Laker fans, and now they're Knicks fans. And I'm like,
it doesn't sit well with me. By the way, we're
gross. No, I know. I'm embracing the oldness.
So I think that's modern. I think that's modern fandom, and that's what I really actually like about soccer. It's not like that. There's only 2 players that hold that power, and it's Messi and Ronaldo, and they are astronomical. Like, I don't think there's any Chelsea fans that became Real Madrid fans when Eden Hazard signed with.
No, not a one. But the other thing is that Messi and Ronaldo played primarily at the clubs that they played at the height of their careers for teams that won everything all the fucking time. So like, yeah, they had the Yankee fandom already.
But Ronaldo did bring fans to Juve.
Yes.
Casual fans.
But that's what I mean. Like Real Madrid fans are like, it's like they're married to a supermodel and now they're bored and they're like, let's go fuck her friend.
Yeah. But I mean, again, and one of the things I do think about with Aguero and a lot of the City team, but Aguero, I think epitomizes this, is no drama, no personality, nothing. It's all on the play. There's no, like, Balotelli, who was a bit player on that team, is way more famous and way more interesting than anything Aguero did, right? Balotelli is more interesting. Shit, James Milner at this point was on the 2011 team. He's way more interesting. Like, he has whole memes and jokes. Like, if
he's interesting because he's not interesting.
But that's the gag.
No, I know. That's what I mean. Aguero's not even boring. He's just
worse than he's just awesome.
Yeah.
So all he has is that right foot, and that's what he lives off of. And it makes it kind of difficult to talk about him because we don't have. There's not even personal anecdotes of like, oh, I was out and I ran into Aguero. There's none of it. There's nothing. Right. There's just, Aguero. Okay. He was awesome. He won that. He scored that goal.
I think, you were saying this earlier. He's never gotten involved in politics or anything like that, and blah
Nothing.
blah blah. And I
Or
gotta
maybe
say,
he
like,
has, but maybe it's Argentina and
it's probably
he's
Argentinian,
disconnected.
and nobody in Manchester gives a motherfucking shit.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the last of a dying breed in that respect. Not that, and this
What
is
do you
not
mean?
to take. This is not to take anything away from
No, it's fine.
Saka or a Harry Kane or anything who have the Say No to Racism shirts, who are, taking a stand and doing things that they believe in.
It's right. Sterling with the racism. And
yes, of
he
course.
had none of that. Not even a smidge of it.
You know
he's
why?
just going to disappear because he doesn't care, because he's a racist.
No. But maybe it's because somebody could have said anything in the world to him and he'd be like, I don't understand them. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. He doesn't care. No, I'm sure he speaks a little bit more English than that. Like,
I'm certain you can't spend 10 years in an English-speaking country.
There's the famous, he's the one who yells Vinny no when Vinny shoots the shot against Leicester. Like, you can see him mouthing it. He goes, hey, I said Vinny no, Vinny no. That's a moment. Yeah.
That's a moment, man.
Yeah.
I remember there's been, I mean, he has the number one spot and it's not close, but like there's a few get off your seat moments as
that's one
watching City.
Yeah.
Right.
The Vinny goal is one. That's a really good one. There's a couple Liverpool games, but I'm trying to remember if he scored any big Liverpool goals. He may have in the 2-1. I'd have to look it up, but yeah.
The Stones game?
The Stones game. I think he may have scored.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He scored the near post goal, and then it's Sané who wins it. Yes. He scores the go-ahead goal in that game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's never that goal that matters, right? It's the Stones game, which for me is like a game of tears. It's a game I cry over.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow.
But Aguero, fucking legend. He'll get the guard of honor. The fans will be there. Hopefully, maybe it'll be a Champions League final.
You'll send him off with the trophy against us.
Maybe. I don't know what Pep's going to do. I get the feeling that he's going to be like, you know what? Fuck that guy. I don't need him.
That would be unfortunate. I mean, look, play him in the league because the league doesn't matter. You've got 8 games left. You're up 14 points. Stop it already, right? Like,
you know what? He's gonna come off the bench and score the winner in the Champions League.
Oh man,
it's gonna happen.
Oh man, that's a great shout. Like,
to fucking happen. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. One more.
He's gonna come off the bench. Fucking off the bench because Gabriel Jesus just fucking hits the bar for the 8th time.
The shirt goes flying. It's waving around just like the old days.
I can't even think about it. I'm like,
wait a minute.
Oh God.
That would be
the greatest 10 years on the button.
Yeah, like 3 weeks after.
Yeah.
Man.
That would be so good.
All right. I didn't have any dog in the fight for Champions League.
You want Aguero? You were in for Aguero.
Fucking
you don't want the Germans. You don't want Liverpool. No, you don't want Real Madrid.
No, I don't care. I don't want Chelsea. I don't want Chelsea to win. Liverpool winning, I'm numb to it. I don't care. It can't hurt me anymore. Chelsea will piss me off. Anybody but Chelsea, I'm fine.
Oh, Cheers. I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm in on City.
City winning the Champions League is just with Aguero fucking with the game winner. That's just the dream. That's it. 10 years to the day. Like, they should just schedule it on the fucking 10-year anniversary. What are they doing? These people don't know how to do anything.
Well, no, because it's the Premier League, right? So it would still be a week or two after that.
I know. Yeah, but the schedule's all fucked up. Who the hell knows when everything
who knows? Who knows?
So we had another international week that I didn't watch one game or care. And if the forces and powers that run these leagues know anything, they should start paying attention to the fact that no one gives a shit about any of these games at all.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Maybe if you're Irish and you thought your team was going to go to the World Cup and now you're super pissed because you lost to fucking Liechtenstein.
So here's the thing. I think we have the unpopular opinion here. I think for a couple of reasons. A, I didn't see the names. I looked at the U.S. men's national team starting lineup and I recognized one player. And I went, I probably know a bunch of these guys' names. I don't know what Weston McKennie looks like, so I don't know if he's playing right now. But
you don't know?
Yeah. But I was like, oh, that's Pulisic. I don't care. All right, on to the next. But people in England, they'll watch. I'm telling you, it's the only time Harry Kane's not a piece of shit. It's when he's wearing the England shirt.
Oh, don't worry. They'll turn on him.
Oh, you bet your ass they will.
Well, Raheem Sterling, by the way, he'll never lose because Raheem Sterling's black and he'll miss something because he always misses something. And when people find something that goes wrong, if you don't look like the majority in almost any country, if it happened in the US too, we'd be like, yeah, no. In France, when the players mess up, they become, oh, he's from Guadeloupe. In Germany, when a guy mess up, oh, he's Turkish. When they win, they're German. When they lose, they become their ethnic group.
Well, that's exactly it. It's when they win, they're English. When they lose, they're Tottenham. Right? Because Tottenham, it was England Hotspur back in 2018. And the 2020, the Euros, or 2016.
Well, because Pochettino was the only one playing English players.
Pochettino was the only one that didn't have the balls to be like, no, you can't have him. He's hurt. Stop it. So yeah, half the fucking Tottenham was on that team. What
am I gonna do with that without my 2011 team? I just can't wait for the league to come back. I need them to play again because they disappear and I just forget about them for a little while.
The term is international break, and it could not be more aptly named because I watched other sports. I did other things. I didn't get up at 9 a.m. and start drinking, and I waited till 11:30, and it was just nice. And you know what the thing is that like we get back to it this weekend. Spurs are 3 points out of the top 4, and you know what? Once more onto the breach. But I after
they are back-to-back wins from having you right in it again.
That's what I mean. But if it wasn't
no, but I mean you like being emotionally invested, like they've got this.
Yeah, I know. But so that's the thing. Without that 10-day break, I'm like,
you wouldn't have
fucked them. I got a vacation. I got to chill out for a little bit. I got to flirt with other sports, but I came back and I'm like, all right, let's go do the goddamn thing. We got 9 games left, So we're in the home stretch.
Can you please just beat fucking Newcastle United and put them into the sewer where they belong? And we'll do the Thursday games, but I don't even care. I'm already looking forward. City have Leicester City. That's a tough game, and but we don't care.
Yeah, but you don't care. You don't care because you don't care because you're talking about Champions League now, right? Like, and you've got Dortmund, who's not an easy. They'll find a way to make it hard on you. You should win that game. You should win it going away, or that tie, I should say.
If they fucking try and play against us, they're gonna get lit up.
Yeah, and you know what? They very well possibly could.
But they could also only have 2 chances and score them both.
Right, and win 2-1 on aggregate.
Yeah, because Holland is really good.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that one. But yeah, I mean, as far as Manchester City goes, like, stop telling me about the league. Stop patronizing me, okay? When you play,
it is 14. Oh, but what? We're up a game, so maybe it's
when you play May 8th against Chelsea, we will talk about Manchester City. But other than that, I don't want to hear about them. It's come on.
Can I talk about Brighton then?
Of course. Of course.
Can I talk about Brighton and how they're going to beat United at home?
Oh.
They're going to beat United at home because United are terrible at home.
Yeah, it's true.
I can't wait. That's because they'll be all rested because none of their guys are internationals. So they're going to just go in there and be like, or maybe they'll be like, oh, we got this. And be like, oh, I don't care. Stop.
All right. Here's a question for you.
Yes.
Of the 3 teams currently ranked 2 through 4, who is the least likely to finish in a top 4 place? Man United at 57 points, Leicester at 56, Chelsea at 51.
It's Chelsea at 51 because they have 5 points behind the 3rd place team.
But it feels like Leicester, doesn't it?
You think it would be Leicester because of the narrative and because of
they've got some injuries,
their bottling, but they
had a lot of injuries.
No, but they found another way. They switched it up. They lost Barnes, and instead of trying to replace Barnes with more Barnes, they essentially said, okay, we've lost Barnes. We're just going to go 2 up top. And Kelechi Iheanacho went bananas.
He has found what Manchester City's been waiting for him to find for about 7 years now.
Now, listen, he has 6 goals and no assists, and he's just like goes in, scores his goal. But I mean, he was always a really good finisher. It was more, again, he didn't have the work rate. He didn't have his teammates don't really celebrate with him. I think he's like a loner weirdo guy, and they don't talk to him. Because watch when he scores goals, people are like, hey, way to go.
Yeah.
Not like, It's not Jamie Vardy level, like, yeah, fucking Jamie Vardy, you cunt, because he's like not doing karate kicks against the flag. I don't know how these players don't just like have the whole thing rehearsed. It's not like they're scoring all the time. You should always have a new dance. Like
you're
Mikel
playing...
Antonio had a fucking horse dance. He had a hump dance. He had so many dances. You should have dances for every goal you score.
So here's the thing: you're spending on a okay. You and I work and we spend 40 hours a week, quote unquote, but like with the people that we would be working with, right? They spend about 100 hours a week with these guys, with this team. They spend more time with these players, their teammates, than with their families in most cases.
Yeah.
So how are you not like you're practicing when you're training? Like that's different. But like, what the fuck else are you talking about? Right? Like, of course. Why wouldn't you plan celebrations?
You know what sports guys talk about? Pussy.
Of course, but that like,
but not during a pandemic. They can't do anything.
Yeah. Coordinate some
fucking dances.
Coordinate some goddamn dances.
Just
boys.
take TikTok and bring it into the goal celebrations. What are you doing? I need some.
Deli did that with Fortnite, and it's cringy. He did the floss thing when he scored on United one time.
Oh, I know. And then what's his face? Griezmann did the other one with the hand, the loser on the head. Just do something cool. You have time. Instead of like, the Cristiano only does that one jump, he should have a billion different dances now. I love that. Did you see him?
Kane's got like a boring, like,
yeah, he's got the karate.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we say goodbye to Sergio Aguero. We don't really have much to talk about more than that. We have Thursday, the league comes back. There's Champions League, there's European games. There's your team fading and coming back. You have baseball to pay attention to. I don't know what's so excited about that sport.
Yeah. I've got a birthday coming up this weekend, so I'm going to get shit-faced and watch baseball and basketball and probably hockey. Yeah, the Final Four.
Oh, that basketball. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, if you're watching NBA, that sounds
No. I'm not that depraved. There's plenty of sports for me to watch before I get to the NBA.
I am going, my soccer weekend looks like this. I am waiting for the second leg of City Women versus Barcelona after they got their tits torn off, losing 3-0.
Wait, full stop. That's the new dick kicked in. I love that. Your tits torn off.
Listen, you want me to cover women's sports? I need catchphrases.
This is what we're going to, yeah.
Yeah. And I told you to watch Arsenal versus Tottenham. I didn't realize that Tottenham women were actually really terrible. They hadn't scored a goal in like 3 months.
Yeah, they're like relegation side quality, and also I didn't give a shit. But
still, if it had been close, you might have tuned in.
If there was, and I've said this, if there's one game that I would watch, it would be that one.
Yeah, and it needs fans, it needs juice. But Arsenal were really good in the women's league. They're the most prolific team, but the problem is that it's a 4-teamer, I'd say. It's a 4-team league. But
United,
teams are
City,
starting to
Arsenal.
No, sorry. It's really City, Chelsea, and Arsenal are the 3 best.
Okay. United
have come on strong, suddenly figuring out, hey, I wonder if we could sell shirts if we get a women's team.
Yeah.
And they were embarrassed that they didn't have a women's team. So they're kind of coming on strong. And then the rest of them are just making up the numbers. But there's weird women's teams in there, like Reading's women are in the league.
Yes, because they don't follow the same. And I've always wondered that too, right? Like,
no, it has pro-rel.
But it's not, they're not connected. They're different leagues, which they should be. But Reading can go promoted to the Premier League, and they are different divisions as well. But like, and Brighton could be not. Brighton could be in Division 2 in the women's, right? Like,
right. They're not the same. Yes, you could be, but in a lot of cases, a lot of these women's teams simply don't have teams.
Right. Well, that's that too. But I think one of the differences, like, and when you break it down from an American point of view, logistically, you're like, okay, so let the women's teams play a mirror schedule to the men's teams, and then
but there's not enough
subsidized travel. Well, yeah, right. But like part of it is right. You subsidize the travel a lot, like all that shit. It basically just is an additive on the men's expenses that are already there.
That's exactly how they should do it.
Right. But in Premier League, you can't, right? Because
England's so small that it's perfectly. I can't find the women's league. I was looking for it in FB Ref and I can't find it anywhere.
I mean, we're getting to a stretch now, right? Like, do they deserve to have the stat tracking stuff like that? Yeah, of course. But like, come on, like one step at a time, guys. Like,
No, they do. They have stats.
Okay.
I mean, I follow Manchester City women. The woman scored an amazing goal this week. She went through like team was bunkering in and they went through them. I can't remember. I think it's Chloe Kelly. I can't remember her name, but she really went through the whole team. There's a couple of Americans on the team, Abby Dalkemper and Rose Lavelle, and they're fun. And Sam Mewis, although Sam Mewis is like the Yaya Toure of women's soccer. She's a big bad motherfucker. And she looks like him, which is but she's white, so it doesn't look like him directly, but she's just a strong looking woman.
Yeah, I mean, just let us treat it like we treat men's sports and stop looking at us weird when we do, right?
No,
like,
I love it. Like,
no, I know, but like
you're gonna get your tits ripped off if you play badly.
And we tell you suck, and we tell you, this and that. Like, there's when you have the songs in the terraces about, Arsenal's women's team or whatever, then
you're just a shit Arsene Wenger.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So City are down 3 to Barcelona, and they got, again, their tits ripped off in the new camp. Hopefully they can turn them around. But with women's soccer, I don't really have any history. So maybe City can turn Barcelona around at home. It's possible, but I don't think they will. But now that the Spanish are really starting to pay attention, it's kind of getting really interesting. I think that, Real Madrid now has a women's team, which was really an abomination that they didn't have one. I mean, it's so easy. They could spend nothing and just have a women's team. Like, what are you doing?
Right. Well, they didn't want it to be bad. Right. So and I'm not justifying.
No, I understand. No, it's fine. They didn't want it to, they just didn't even think of it. Right.
Yeah.
So there was a controversy in Germany. A coach got in trouble because he forced his players to train with the women as a punishment. So that was a controversy. I thought I'd tell you that just so you could. So of course, in our age of apology and outrage, he apologized.
Yeah, whatever. Get me out of here before I get myself in trouble.
Okay. That was the Squeaky Bum Time Podcast, where we follow women's soccer with Mike Salerno and Laurent Cortines. We release new episodes on Mondays and Thursdays. Please rate and review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast provider, as it makes a huge difference to the show. And be on the lookout for sad-faced me and Sergio Aguero saying